got problems. Boom, she got problems.
I mean, I got 411 problems. He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Say hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another story time, and welcome to Agape Love. In my last video, when I was doing, I think it was more of a reaction, kind of a conversation piece, basically, giving my 2 cents, my point of view of the Jordan, Pauline, and Tyler situation as a survivor. The things that sometimes people don't pay attention to, but it really wasn't more about them. It was more about the reactions and the women saying, you know, like, girl, what you had on? Yeah, somebody sexually assaulting you doesn't care what you have on, honey. It's their mindset. Anyway, that's in that video. You go check it out. It's the video before this one. Anyway, this one, this story time. I have in my vote. Let me get right, y'all, because I don't want YouTube to be flagging nothing on my page. I got flagged for my kneecaps saying it was nudity. Right. Anyway. So let me give you a little backstory. Let me give you a little backstory. And this is when my Facebook, this is my previous Facebook before it got hacked. I missed that Facebook. Miss it. Missed that Facebook. That Facebook was so lit. Missed that Facebook. But anyway, this is when that Facebook has started somewhat kind of taking off. And that's the thing about social media. You don't know when you're going to go viral. That's not something that you plan. You don't know when you're going to go viral. You don't know when you're going to be allowed in the algorithms. It just happens. And when it happens, it is your job to keep the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that happens that you plan, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it was starting to take off, and this was when Facebook was more about connection than it was about views and clicks and getting ads, you know, to pay them. This was more of just literally real talk. Facebook was about connection and family. Anyway, this is when Facebook was about connection and family and making sure, like, you got, they didn't care about clicks and views and ads at this point. The reason why you see the same people over and over in your main timeline, because they have a friends timeline and then they have a main timeline. The reason why you see those people are the one who make the money for them, where they can run ads. So that's why you see those people over and over again, and you don't see your people. You have to go to the friends timeline to see your people, because they do not care about connection. Anyway, so yeah, so this was when Facebook was really about connection, and before they started paying people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want you to go back to work now, because it's like, we don't really want to pay everybody. That's why, like, the people who are popular, yeah. Excuse me. So anyway, yeah, so this is when, you know what I'm saying, like, people would like your pictures. They wasn't jealous of you, you know what I'm saying, getting the birthday shout outs. People would be running to be the first one to tell you at midnight happy birthday, you know, that vibe. But now this is when that was going on. Anyway, I had a lot of people on my Facebook from the previous city that me and Ty used to live in, because according to the street committee, Ty sperm donor was telling people, you was sending people to my page because you was yapping about me, basically lying about me. Whole time I wasn't paying you no attention because when I'm off you, I'm off you. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. I'm that type of, excuse me, I'm that type of person who wish you well. Once I'm done with you and I'm off you, I wish you well, tell you congratulations, and move the around. You ain't gotta worry about me. You ain't gotta worry about me stalking. You ain't gotta worry about me calling your phone. You ain't gotta worry about none of that. That ain't me. You ain't gotta worry about none of that. I'm gonna tell you, wish you well. Bye. Why? Because I know I can get there when I crash out, and then it's like that ain't even worth it. So why am I crashing out when clearly this person has showed me who I am to them? Why am I acting a fool? What am I acting a fool for? They clearly show you like you ain't it. So move around, boo. Like that's how I look at it. So anyway, so a lot of people from one of the leaders organization church was on my profile. They were on my page, excuse me, and they were watching me because you was telling people, oh, she crazy, oh, she's stalking me, oh, she, according to the street committee, oh, she crazy, oh, she's stalking me, oh, she doing this, she doing that, she keeping my son away from me. Lying. Now you want to get more into that? That's in this story time. Actually, that's 11 parts if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that you could go and get all the information there. So a lot of people was coming from him and that little congregation and whatever they was saying, and coming to my page to find out like, girl, why you so crazy? Why you won't leave this man alone? And whole time I've moved on. Had me a whole little my man that had a couple of miscarriages. Ty was calling him daddy. Like, had my own little situation going on, right? So during this time, where would we at, chill? Hold on. Was I here? No. Was I? Child, might have been. I don't know. But anyway, during this time, like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't here. Or was I? It don't matter. Anyway, so during this time, like, people, of course, like, you commenting, like I said, this was a time when it was connection, so people were actually commenting on your post. People were actually reacting to your post. Like, it was literally like, not you post something and then be like, tell people, you better get out my business after you don't put it out to the public. Like, you post something, people were actually commenting, giving their opinions. Like, people were actually helping each other. You put something out there like, hey, it's a bad day, people was trying to cheer you up for real, like, real talk. It was like a real connection type situation, not the fake fronting stuff going on now. Yeah, so yeah, it was during this time. So you can tell when somebody don't like you. You can tell when somebody don't like you. Like, you can feel that. I say that often because it's real. Like, I felt when somebody doesn't like me, and then you can be in their environment and notice it. Like, when you have somebody who is constantly, like, when they're around a group of people and you're the butt of the joke, you're always the butt of the joke, or what you told them in private is now coming out as a joke, or it's like you say something and they're trying to knock you down, make you sound like illiterate, make you sound stupid type situation around other people. You can tell. Like, there are signs. There are signs. You can also tell when somebody is jealous of you. Like, you can tell that, and sometimes they can even have more than you and still be jealous of you. So shout out to my granny who told me, baby, don't you ever be jealous of what nobody else have, because you don't know what they had to do to get it, and you don't know what they have to do to keep it. So, baby, I don't ever be jealous of nobody. I always ask for my own blessings. But you can tell. So, I noticed, like, while I was attending that church, that there were a couple of the young girls where I was an inside joke to them. And you felt a certain way because in the choir, I'm always the one leading. Now, mind you, that wasn't on my account, because anytime that this man asks for somebody to lead the song and say who want to lead it, it's mute. Everybody on mute. Literally, it's quiet. Then he'll say, all right, Angel, lead it. And so I got to lead this song, right? So when he had got frustrated with that. So this one particular time, they end up sitting in the seat that I normally sit in, that I had been sitting in for a long time, but you end up sitting in my seat. And so I'm short, I can't see. So when you're directing the choir, and it's this part where everybody is quiet, I can't see. So I'm saying, ha, bust out laughing, messed up the whole vibe. But I can't see. So at choir rehearsal, he going off on me. You gotta pay attention. And I'm like, listen, I'm not fighting over no seat. I'm not fighting over no position. I'm not fighting for nothing. When somebody is sitting, I said, when the chairs here are taken, baby, I will gladly sit in the back. I can't see. I sit up here not because I want to be seen, because I'm short and I can't see. I said, so when these seats are taken, I'm gonna sit in the back. I can't see. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah. So from now on, Angel always sit in the front. But I noticed it, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting how all of a sudden now you want to be in the front when you had no problem being in the back. Girl, I don't care. I've never been a type who wanted to be in the forefront. I've never been that type of person. I've always been laid back, low key, below the radar. That's always been me. So anyway, so yeah, it was like I kind of peeped it. It was like, girl, why all of a sudden now you sitting in my seat? And so when he said it, like, whispering or whatever, and then he went off on, like every time I ask somebody, like I bring a song and I ask y'all who want to lead it, nobody don't say nothing. It's quiet in here. And then cause people had went to him and was like, it's always Angel leading. He was like, because nobody don't step up. Exactly. So if you want to lead, raise your hand. If you're sure, raise your hand. Say you want to lead the song. Don't wait till he make me like I am the last person. Like, okay, well, Angel, you gonna lead it, baby. I ain't want to be in the forefront. Most of the time, I ain't have a choice, cause y'all didn't raise y'all hand. But then be mad when I got the mic. That's dumb. So anyway, so yeah, so I had noticed it, and then I remember when Gifted was trying to help them with a play, and I can look at while she was talking, I can look at like the looks when we was trying to give like our ideas and tell them what they can do to like bring the play out and make it better and make it believable. Like I can look at like the little looks and like the side things, because you can tell when somebody have like a inside situation, inside joke with other people, because me and Keisha do. Me and my cousin used to. Me and Morgan used to. Me and Keisha used to. Like you can tell, like when the person or when we talk about a person, it's like you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. So yeah. So I wasn't even tripping on, you know what I'm saying? Like none of that, because everybody not gonna like you, and I'm cool with that. You ain't gotta like me, you ain't gotta be around me, even if we cool, like we hanging out together or whatever, and time has passed and you've outgrown me, baby, you ain't gotta do nothing to me. Just say this ain't a vibe no more and go on about your business. I prefer that than you cheating on me, you ishing on me, and then doing something where I have to pull away, and then you trying to act oblivious like you don't know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, those people, like really almost the majority of the congregation was on my Facebook, and I went tripping because it's like, girl, you're tea, like it's tea, like you don't know. Well, I do know it was basically the game of telephone. The street committee coming back and telling me the stuff that you saying behind my back, and the whole time like I'm not paying y'all no attention. I'm over here minding my business, living my life, but I ain't gonna front. The stories that was coming to me was interesting, and I was like, God dang, like I sound so, I sound so interested in these rumors. Even here now, it's gonna be something else. Here recently that I was just made aware of. Like, I sound so interested. I sound so interested in these lies, child. So anyway, lo and behold, this one girl who was in the choir, very beautiful girl, very nice girl. Like I had heard stories about her previous, and I was like, dang, like she don't deserve that. Like she don't. She don't deserve to have none of that going on. Like she a nice girl, cause to me it was like she seemed like she had her head on, but at this point in time, I understood it because women, us especially, we are taught that you are nothing without a man. Like your value is nothing without a man, even though that man could be doing worse than you're nothing without a man. Hence, a piece of man is better than no man at all. Boosh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I understood the concept of how she was looking at things, of the things that she was putting up with, because it was like, girl, why are you putting up with that? But then it's like, you also have to realize, because it's always that one that you put up with BS until you realize, like, this ain't even worth it. So I was like, dang, because I would hear certain things about certain people from, from that church. And I would be like, dang, or I would ask questions like, hey, how they doing? You know what I'm saying? The people who were nice to me or whatever. So I heard like different stories about her. And I was like, dang. But she was always on my Facebook. She was on my Facebook too. And so after this one particular time, she had a baby. She had just had a baby. It was her second baby. And she had made a post, and when she made the post, she was like, I can't wait to be like, to get that real love, that real agape love. Like, I can't wait to get that real agape love. And so in my mind, I was like, girl, you just had a baby. But I didn't say it. And a dude commented and said, you just had a baby. And she went off. And she went off on him. She went off on him. She was like, what that gotta do with anything? He was like, you just had a baby. And it's like, yeah, because the love that you feel like you should be having, you just had a baby, so where the baby daddy at? Like, why you not feeling it? So to me, it was like, oh, okay, yeah. So the baby daddy didn't work out, and then postpartum, you got all these emotions going, because postpartum doesn't mean that you're depressed. Postpartum is post from having a baby. It's the after of having a baby. You have all these emotions going. Your body, it takes your body 2 years to heal after having a cesarean section, and even after giving birth, it takes your body a long time to heal, to get back to some kind of normalcy, because the baby has inside jumbled you all up, you all uncomfortable, and it takes your body a long time to reset. So your emotions, your everything is all over the place. It does not necessarily mean that you're depressed, right? So anyway, so she was like, what they gotta do with anything? What they gotta do with anything? He was like, if you don't realize it, then I don't know. And so she was like, yeah, you just need to be quiet. You just need to hush your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yeah, okay, because I wanted to say the same thing. It was like, girl, you just had a baby. So the person, you shouldn't feel that empty void, because the baby daddy should be there, you know, supporting you. Because the only reason we would assume you're feeling that way is because your baby daddy not there, right? So of course that was my assumption, like, hey, it didn't work out, they're not together, but at this point in time, like, you got a baby. So, and this was like her second baby daddy, wasn't the same daddy from her first baby, which is nothing wrong with that, because when you get in relationships, you make plans. You don't make plans to break up. You don't make plans, but this ain't gonna work out. So I don't knock nobody with that, because clearly if my kids wouldn't return to sender after time, they would have different fathers. You feel me? So yeah, I get it. Every person that situation that happened with, there was a love for. You feel me? So I ain't knocking it. I ain't knocking it. Not knocking it. Because people be like, oh, you have different baby daddies. Please, they can all have the same daddy and he still not be ish. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, so yeah. So it was like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it didn't work out. You feeling some type of way, because that's literally what Facebook was. Facebook, you come, because I think that was literally like the caption that you put in the thing. Because I think it was, how you're feeling today. Let me see if they still have that. Now it might be what's on your mind. But it used to be, yeah. Now it's like, what's on your mind. But I think back then it was like, how are you feeling today, or something like that. But anyway, people used to literally put like their stuff out, because back then people didn't judge you on what you put on Facebook. They didn't judge you. They would, you relate, because it was like, oh girl, I'm going through this, then somebody finally put it out there, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, so it was like, like, I'm not gonna say nothing about my business, and I'm gonna let it be, because clearly that's a touchy subject. So I would say a year or two later, you just had a baby, a different baby daddy, and you made the post where you were looking for I'm looking for, I can't wait to have that person where I want to be, I want to be loved. I want them to understand me. I want them to, and I was like, this is like a repeat. Like, you did this with the second baby. Now you doing this with the third baby. Different father, doing it with the third baby. It's like, girl, clearly this is not something that a person can do for you. This is a you issue. Because literally, and I keep telling people, like, counseling don't necessarily mean like you have something mental, like you crazy, depressed, or whatever going on. Counseling can literally be like, you can go somewhere and talk things out, because sometimes you need that, where you need somebody who doesn't know you, who not gonna judge you, who gonna give you a whole different perspective of how to look at things. So I was like, girl, this ain't a other person problem, this a you problem. Because sometimes we get so used to noise or having people around, it's like you don't even realize, like, even with all these people around, I'm still lonely, and it's something on the inside of you that needs to be fixed, right? So anyway, I was like, girl, this ain't this ain't a person. Like, you're not gonna find this in a person. It's a you problem. This is the second baby. You had 3 kids total. This is the second baby. You're saying the same thing, different father. Clearly it's something going on with you, right? So I commented and said, your family been doing this for years, appreciate it, and put LOL behind it. Give it, it's like, it's a hard blow, but I'm gonna soften it a little bit, because it's like, girl, your family got you, pay attention to that. So her dad chimes in and said, been doing what for years? And I said, loving her and not leaving her even when she gets on your nerves. Did you not read the meme? Because she had put a meme up how she want this agape, this love, this. So she responded and said, I do, but it's a different kind of love called intimacy that you can only get from a special person. Everyone deserves that. That's what I meant. Mind you, you just had a baby. And it's like, clearly, love, it's something going on the inside of you that you're missing it, where you feel like the only way you can get that love is from a person, when in reality it's something missing inside of you that you need to work on. We've all been there, because we've all been groomed to feel like we are not complete without a man. Your value relies in a man, no matter what you accomplish. If you never been married, girl, something wrong with you. Because even now you see the memes. If you single in December, you ugly. Whole time, like, you beautiful as all get out. But if you ain't got somebody pulling on you, yanking on you, doing whatever in December, your whole looks change. So I said, girl, sometimes you get so focused on looking to fill a void, you miss the healing you already have. Say these things in silent prayers. This can be used against you with one putting on and using you. Yes, everyone deserves that, but reality, everyone won't have it. You have to learn to find it within yourself and your surroundings, because if you put it in someone else, there will always be a void. My point was, you put this out here every time you have a baby. After the second baby, Here comes somebody else who noticed you were looking for intimacy. You were looking for love. So let me dress it up so she'll fall for me. You fall for this third dude, and here you are posting the same thing. Which was my point. Say this in silent prayers, because people will search your social media, pretend to be that person that you're looking for. Here come your knight in shining armor and play you. So I can tell you got offended, because here you come with this. I've made major moves alone. I have been on my own for years now. This is far from crying or feeling a void. You've been on your own for years, but you just had a baby. It takes 9 months to make the baby, babe. You couldn't have been on your own for years. Yes, some people will probably never have real love, but I believe I will. It was in my promise. The post was made because I'm not a robot or insensitive. I'm still human and feel and need intimate love, but don't ever get that twisted with me needed to fill a void. There's no void. Now, I didn't put, because I screenshotted stuff. And so, you got offended. Because I said, they can look at your social media and pretend to be the person that you claiming that you need to feel this intimate love. And there's no void. If there wasn't a void, then you wouldn't have made the post again. Because this is the second time you've made this post. Looking for intimate love after you had a baby. The only way to have a baby is to be intimate with someone. Nobody said you was a robot, sweets. But when you feel the void, you're not looking for intimate love in somebody else. It comes gradually and naturally. They're not pretending to be something that you need. Because here you are again, making this post after having a baby. Clearly, there's a void. So, I said, if it wasn't void, the post wouldn't have been made. Making major moves by yourself has nothing to do with the void. Love. That's just the way I talk. Country girl. And you couldn't be alone if you just had a baby. You just had a baby. So you couldn't have been alone for years. Just had a baby. Only take 9 months. We not 2 years like elephant. 9 months. So you got correct 9 months ago. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting real love or to experience it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Avoid is something that is missing or missed. Something experienced as a loss, which will mean you had it, lost it, but want it. She said, void, completely empty. I don't know, completely empty, invalid. That has nothing to do with loss. I'm empty. I'm not empty. I'm not searching for fulfillment because God has, because y'all know I screenshot. Hold on, y'all. Because God does that for me. My children do that, and my family and friends. Didn't I just say that? My cousin made a post about his girlfriend saying this, and I thought it was so freaking sweet for a man to love you regardless of how difficult you can be. It's agape love. Unconditional love. So, if you wasn't looking for a man to fill the void, you made the post because your cousin's man made a post. Or your cousin, hold on. Your cousin made a post about his girlfriend. Which is why you made the post. Because you and your man not together no more. And you want that. You want to be loved. Regardless. You just said it. Regardless. So hold on. Void generally means empty space, nothingness, or something lacking. legal force, but it also refers to specific concepts in programming, a functioning, returning nothing, large empty regions of space. It can describe anything from an empty room to an invalid contract, a lack of content in suit of cards, or a function encoding in procedures that produces no value. Girl, you feel a void. You feel an emptiness because you saw your cousin posting about his girlfriend, your relationship not working, so you feel a void. So let me make this post because I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that, even though you had a baby. Just had a baby. Oh, okay. So I commented, void, to experience a loss of something. Void has more than one meaning, love. You just said you wanted to be in love again and experience from one person. Agape love is love you receive from your family and friends in a non-sexual intent. Once you sent the request, I accepted. You followed. But no, once, because she was talking about, I don't even how you even get on my page because I didn't screenshot everything. So I said, once you sent the request, I accepted. You allow me to be a part of your business as well as mine. Lastly, say what you feel, because I do over here. She said, I never sent you a request. But anyway, you are free to an opinion, but what you're doing now is trolling. All your information is wrong and you live in a box. Ask you what? You put your business on here. You put your business on here. I just keep scrolling. You're not going to do what you're not going to do is keep on about what I post. I can post kiss my ass bitch over and over and you can say what you want on your, you can say what you want, but it's my page. Then she put, get the fuck off my post. So I said, dumbass, delete me. Cause then you turn, cause you felt the way, cause I was like, void has more than one meaning. So now I have contradicted what you put up there. I've already caught you in your bullshit because you was literally drooling over what your homeboy, what your cousin posted about his girlfriend, which means you were missing that because your baby daddy not acting right. This baby daddy not acting right. So the dude who coming the first time was right, and so am I. Girl, the void is you. You putting on here, I can't wait to have that. Dudes who want to crack you because you're a beautiful girl. Oh, let me pretend and come into your life, give you a baby and dip because you have fantasized this relationship BS, which is what they made us do from birth. The time we are able to walk and talk. Here go your little baby doll, your little white picket fence with your husband after you graduate school. And the school and job came way later because at first it was just you go get it in the kitchen and you cook and you clean and you have babies. But I live in a box. But the dude told you on the second baby. But I live in a box. Oh, okay. I said, dumbass, delete me. Contradiction yourself, stupid. Remember, the shit you say before you reply. Then how the fuck you got on here? Because at the point in time, baby, y'all, I wasn't sending, I don't send requests now. If I send a request, it's somebody I know. And I want to be, and I want to be, like, basically connected to that person. This Facebook, when I started back, I've sent 2 requests. One to Red and one to my other classmate who I absolutely like want to make sure like she okay, and that's a Caucasian girl. Everybody else I didn't send no requests to. They sent them to me. Okay, I didn't request you. What business do I put on here? Child, please. All you saying was, I said, all I was saying was be careful, because what business do I put on here? Child, please. All I was saying was be careful what you post because dudes can play a part. I know it's your shit. I know it's your shit. What the fuck? The dumbest shit bitches say. I post, but don't comment. I said more than that. She's on. I hope you're okay. You might. I hope you're okay. You might too sign up to see a counselor. I said, nah, babes, I'm good on it. But I more than welcome you to take your own advice. Postpartum is real. Men preying on women who love, and the structure you want to be in, love is real. If you go back to what you read, you said I need attention, like with me posting every day, about me being molested, and I post pics of ass and titties for likes. Get my shit together. And just because you erased all your pics and clean up your page, don't erase your past. Don't throw stones at the glass houses. You are not a Virgin Mary or the giver of light just because you erased your past on Facebook. Ungodly. And she was like, and as far as the group chat talking about you, it was never me. I don't do shit like that. I actually liked you because I didn't screenshot everything, y'all. So let me get into that. So I would post it like clearly. I have on a shirt, but you can see like the cut here because my breasts are huge. And anybody who knows who's top heavy, anything that you wear, you're going to see breasts. Any pants that I wear, you're going to see my ass. Why? Because it's huge. So anything that I put on this month, you're going to see. And as I stated, once I started posting pictures and I started getting the likes, I noticed the hate that I started receiving from females, and females stopped liking it. And so you put hashtag ungodly. Y'all, 411 problems came from a dude who was like, excuse me, you're 411, you can't reach nothing, you can't do nothing, you gonna have all these problems. And so I took it and turned it and started putting it on every picture, 411 problems. And everybody was like, what's the problem? Because people feel like because I'm short, like I can't function, like I can't have a life. And it's like, what's wrong with y'all? I've even noticed that with women. When I'm out with the dude and my dude is like 6'1", 6'2", it's like, she's so short, like what you gonna do with her? Girl, me like he anyway. So when she put ungodly, baby, I'm with it. I'm with all of it. All of it. But you kept going on my post. You kept going on my post. And I said, I wasn't going on and on your post. You kept saying stuff. So I'm responding to the stuff that you said. You put stuff out there and then don't want people to comment. No, your issue was, sweets, that I called it out. You literally post the same thing after you had this third baby. When you had the second baby, you posted the same thing. Basically, you want love. That second dude, before you had that second baby, you were posting that. Love. I want to be in love. I wanted this. Because I had a cousin who did that. And I kept telling her, girl, stop doing that. Even when she would post about her job and kept saying, girl, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get off here. She would post a picture and be like, I got a headache. I'm ready to go home. And I was like, stop doing that. Because your job can see that. And a couple of weeks later, you end up losing a job. They see that's why I was like, girl, stop doing that. People read your post. They pretend to be whoever. And they come at you. Stop doing that. I wasn't telling her nothing that I didn't tell my family members. Nothing that I don't tell anybody else. And then if you don't want people commenting on there, turn the comments off. Or better yet, don't post. But you posted because you saw your cousin talk about his girlfriend and you wanted that. You were feeling away because your relationship wasn't going the way. You just had a baby. You did it again. The dude said something the first time. I said something this time. And you got offended. Get out your feelings. And once you got in your feelings, you started attacking me and said, oh, I don't talk about, you post about being molested all the time. Baby, if I post about being molested every day, why would that bother you? Why would that bother you? Why would that bother you? Even though I didn't, because I don't post every day. But why would that bother you? And even if I did post every day, why would that bother you? Why would that bother you? And then instead, I used it for attention by posting titties and ass. And the picture she was referring to is my profile picture. And I never understood when people be like, oh, don't put no skin on Facebook. I'm by the fucking pool. What am I supposed to have on? A 3-piece suit? I'm by the pool. But because I look good in my bikini, I shouldn't post it? Why? Why shouldn't I post it? So I'm sitting here laughing because it's like, oh, this is how you really feel about me. If it was you, because you was like, oh, I liked you. No, babe, you did not like me. Because the real truth is now coming out in these comments. You didn't like me, which is why I said, if this is you, because she was like, as far as the group chats, I don't do nothing like that. So how you, if you don't do nothing about that, why did you even comment about the group chats? Because you were in them. Because they showed me, they were a screenshot, and I would see you and the other people in them, which used to be funny to me. Because then you would come and pretend and be like, oh, I like you. No, dude. No, sweetie. No, 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 no. You don't like me. Which is cool because I'm not for everybody and I ain't trying to be. But my point was to stop you from constantly posting about wanting love, because people are going to pretend to be something that you want and come in and hurt you, which had already happened 2 times. Which was my point. Which was my point. But you got offended because I was right. But anyway, and so you tried to play me. And then, so what did I do? Because I'm an asshole. I told y'all that. I'm an asshole. I can be. So I went and got, I said, oh, you talking about this picture? Which is the pool picture. Took the pool picture, tagged you in the picture, and put hashtag ungodly. That you put up there. Because I'm ungodly. Hashtag ungodly. And put in the caption, is this the picture that you're talking about that I use to promote my molestation and tell the stories about me being molested? Is this what you're talking about? She removed the tag. And she removed the tag. But people started commenting and saying how disgusting she was. Because they was like, what kind of mess is that? Even if you was molested, what does that have to do with the picture? Why you can't wear a bikini? And it was like, exactly. Exactly. Because me being sexually assaulted when I was a kid has nothing to do with what I wear now. And for people who think that way, it's very scary. So anyway, there was this other lady on my page who had been through far worse with her assault than I was. Far worse. She'd even had a baby from her assaulter. And she had inboxed me, so she was like, please don't let that get to you. Please continue telling your story. You don't realize who you're helping, which was true. Because the very next day when I signed into my Facebook, because I used to sign out, I didn't keep it open. When I signed into my Facebook and I looked at, because at that time it wasn't called Messenger, it was the inbox. Looked at my inbox and I have all these messages from men and women who were assaulted. And say, oh my God, thank you for telling your stories. Previous to me and her going back and forth, they went and looked at those posts and started talking and saying, ooh, finally somebody I can talk to. Finally somebody who understands me. Finally somebody who experienced some of the things that I experienced. The men who was saying, oh, I went through this, I had this going on. Oh, my mom, my dad didn't believe me because it was a friend. The woman was a friend. All these people started confiding in me. So I was like, girl, thank you. Thank you for this argument. Even though I don't believe most of the comments that you were saying was you, I really believe it was your cousin. Because then some of the other little cousins started coming through from that side. And what did I do? Accept. Because what y'all gonna do? Matter of fact, I think some of y'all still on my page. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Right. So anyway, yeah, I just thought it was real interesting how you were looking for agape love, and I was like, girl, you already have it, but it's something that's inside of you. Because every time you make this post, you had a baby, and it's clearly the dudes was using that post to pretend to be somebody that they weren't, to get you. Because you're a beautiful girl, as you said, you made moves on your own, and you had been by yourself for years, which wasn't true because you had just had a baby. You just had 2, actually. Yeah. So I just thought it was real interesting how you took that to throw darts at my sexual assault story. And you were a woman, a young woman at that. And the woman who came into my DM who had told her story on her page, she was saying how basically she was like, I don't think she's healed, and I think she's been through something and she don't want to talk about it, which is a possibility because anger is a thing. It is a thing. It's almost like grief. Like grief has 5 stages. So does assault. You go through different emotions. You are angry, you are sad, you feel violated, you feel like it's your fault at times. You go through so many stages. So when I talk about it, I'm talking about it for the people who don't want to say anything because they don't want to be bashed. Because I get bashed a lot, to be totally honest. It's like, girl, are you still talking about it? It was years ago. So so which which was my issue with her. So I mean, you showing tits and ass, girl. No matter what I put on here, you gonna see this ass and you gonna see these tits. They don't go nowhere. Sorry. What you want me to do? Chop it off. Anyway, so I thought it was real interesting when she was looking for agape love, being intimate with that one person. Girl, and they was playing you. They was looking at your social media, pretending to be something that they weren't, to get you. I was just trying to help. But let me go on back in my box and not say nothing. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to correlate because, like I said, I was gonna tell a story time. Like looking through the old pictures, and I was looking because I sent the screenshots to my to Busy Bee because Busy Bee was like, "Girl, what you got going on?" Because my Facebook literally had started like it basically that issue generated like views because you did the hashtag ungodly and I did the hashtag and tagged you in it, and it went to and then tagged I actually tagged molested and people who had been assaulted came to my page and started talking. And it was like, oh, I've been through this. Oh my God. And then they were also defending me because it was like, what they got to do with that? Like, that's sick. That's disgusting. And they went on your side. Didn't turn out how you thought it was, huh? Yeah. Anyway, so if you don't like, the moral of this story is, baby, make sure you're good. And as I told y'all, like, the biggest thing, the biggest mistake that I ever made was to water myself down to fit in, where I feel like I had to have people around me. I had to be friends with somebody. I always have to have somebody because I'm afraid to be by myself. I did the work in my Ayana Von Zandt voice. I did the work. I did the work, honey. I made sure I'm good, so I don't accept any and everything where I feel like I have to accept it because I don't want to be by myself. I did the work where I don't, whether it's a man or a female, friendship wise, I'm not taking this BS because you feel a type of way about me. Now you think I should take this BS from you. No. And I'm not constantly putting on Facebook where I want to be loved and I want this because I stopped fantasizing that stuff. My granny told me that a long time ago. She was married. Do not fantasize this. Do not put your all in a man. Some men, like some people, and it ain't just men, women too. They watch you, they maneuver, they do whatever it takes to be the perfect female for you to choose, and then it's like, gotcha. But the crazy part is, y'all dudes have signs. Y'all be knowing. Y'all just choose not to. It's because I like her, so it's gonna change because I like her. Anyway, yeah, that's the story time on Agape Love. Child, it's like, let me just get this out here. I thought this was rather funny because I saw it cleaning out stuff. I need to redo my hair. I saw it cleaning out stuff. Saw the screenshots cleaning out stuff, and I was like, "Oh, let me tell this story." Literally, girl, thank you, girl, because you helped my Facebook blow up. I appreciate the agape love you sent to me. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see y'all in the next one. She ain't on my Facebook no more. I've removed everybody anyways. You tell me, oh, you cleaned up your page. No. Baby, I wasn't cleaning up my page. They was starting to steal my pictures and using them. No, baby. No. Wasn't cleaning up nothing. Because at that point in time, I love the way that I look. And I had already overcame that too. Fat. I may be ugly. Oh, dear God, I'm here. Don't pay me no mind. Don't pay me no mind. Oh, here's all the receipts. All in one spot. Mm. Baby, I need to wax. Anyway. So clearly you're going to stay down. And I don't want you to stay down. I need you to stay to the side.